Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Let's dig in. Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
Do you ever have trouble sleeping? I sure do. My brain just won't turn off sometimes. It either runs through what dumb thing I've done or said that day, or something someone said or did to me, or it jumps ahead to the next day, or the next week, or sometimes the next month, and I start worrying about whatever that is. In Psalm 4, David has some advice for those of us whose minds race at bedtime. We need to remember first off, though, that David had plenty to fear during several periods of his life. First, Saul was after him, trying to kill him, and then for a time he lived among his enemies, the Philistines. And later in life, he was run out of town by his own son, Absalom, who went to war against him. With that in mind, let's look at David's sleep advice from Psalm 4, 4, and 5. He says, "Meditate within your heart on your bed and be still. Selah." That Selah thing means pause and think on this. So let's do that. No matter what's happened in my day, when I turn the lights off and lay down at night, I can make that time before I drift off to sleep God's time. Instead of thinking about my day, I can think about Him, meditate on a scripture He brings to mind, think about who He is and how He has blessed me that day. I can trust Him with what has already happened and what will happen the next day. I can offer Him control of every action, every thought, every attitude. The next verse says, "Offer the sacrifices of righteousness and put your trust in the Lord." What are the sacrifices of righteousness? They are good works done out of love for God. Isaiah discussed this in his first chapter. The Lord said, "To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices to me? I've had enough of burnt offerings of rams and the fat of cattle. I do not delight in the blood of bulls or lambs or goats. Cease to do evil. Learn to do good. Seek justice. Rebuke the oppressor. Defend the fatherless. Plead for the widow." Sacrifices of righteousness don't seem like sacrifices at all if they're done out of love for God. Back in Psalm 4:5, David says to offer sacrifices of righteousness and put your trust in the Lord. So for whatever I have faced or will be facing, I continue to work for Him and trust Him that all will work for His good and His glory. And I can't go wrong. No need to worry, no need to fear. In verse 8, David says, "I will both lie down in peace and sleep. For you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety." So if David, the most hunted man in the Bible, could leave all his fears and anxieties with the Lord and lie down in peace, you and I can too. The turmoil, worry, and fear just don't belong in our hearts, especially when we're trying to sleep. So tonight, I will meditate on the Lord and leave everything to Him and sleep.
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes at our website, which you can find in the description below. Thanks for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.